Hi guys, Cooploop1802 here, and I just wanted to briefly talk to you today about why I made this recent purchase. Okay, so this gun right here is a Smith & Wesson Sigma in .40 caliber. This was my very first pistol I bought on or around my 21st birthday because I was super excited about being able to carry a handgun, and I wanted something that was made by a reputable company and was relatively, well, don't want to say inexpensive, but it was in my price range, but it wasn't expensive. This is one of the primary reasons I bought it. So I looked at it, and I looked at Glocks, and I looked at other, comparable pistols at the time, and so this was, 9 years ago, and I was like, well, it doesn't look any different, polymer, steel, hinge trigger, which I guess the Glock doesn't have a hinge per se. It has more like a little lever in the middle. But regardless, I didn't see much of a difference, and at the time I was very ignorant as to what the differences would be. And I would say my main complaint about this pistol right here is the trigger. It went bang for me every time, very reliable, mags drop free, that wasn't an issue. Really easy to work, but man, in here, that trigger sucks. Alright, so take out the slack, and this should be where a wall is, or something along those lines, but instead you can pull, you can see it's gritty and creepy and heavy, and where's it gonna, oh, there it broke. Like, it's just awful. You don't know when it's gonna go off when you're pulling that trigger, and thus accuracy suffers a lot. So this is the pistol that I refer to whenever I tell new gun buyers, hey, don't cheap out your first pistol. I think this one cost me $200 after a mail-in rebate. I mean, it was not expensive at all, which is fine. If you can find a good deal, get a good deal, but you need to get something that's worth having. So as a caveat, not really caveat, an addendum to this point, so I bought this gun at Academy Sports. Now, Academy is a good company. I like buying from them. I buy lots of my ammunition from them. But one thing they do, as well as many other box stores like Cabela's or Bass Pro or anything like that, they don't let you pull the trigger. They don't really let you handle a firearm. I mean, you can pick it up and hold it, and all that you can tell from that is the grip comfortable? That's all you can tell. Go to a bona fide gun shop. Go to someone who is going to let you handle the pistol, let you manipulate the action, let you pull the trigger, let you even take it down. And if a gun shop won't let you do that, don't buy from them, because they're probably trying to hide something, and if you're not comfortable taking the gun down, ask the store associate to do it for you so you can inspect certain aspects of the gun. But it is very important to be able to, handle and manipulate the gun before you buy it, because, for example, ladies, if you buy a gun and you can't rack the slide, you should probably know that before you buy it. So, yeah, I hate this gun, but I'm going to keep it forever. 2 reasons. Number 1, it's my first, and number 2, it's a constant reminder it's okay to spend a little bit more money, because you will regret, not. Okay, so moving on to why I bought this pistol. Okay, there's a lot of reasons. Primarily, I want to get better at shooting fast, and my SIG P250 did not allow me to do that. The trigger on there is a double action only trigger, and it's very difficult to shoot fast accurately with that. This trigger right here is while it visually looks the same as that trigger, miles different. Alright, I'm going to unload this gun because it's loaded right now. Alright, we're unloaded. Okay, so you saw that trigger. Long, slow, gritty, awful. This trigger, I pulled at this point, and I know exactly when it's going to go off. Let's do that again. So you take up the slack. I chose when that gun is going to go off. Okay, just an enormous difference, and in doing that, it allows me to basically ride the reset. So let's do this again. Okay. Okay, at that point, I can pull the trigger again, so I'm just going back and forth, and I really like that. So it's one of the reasons I got it. Is the trigger is phenomenal in comparison to this, and in comparison to the first generations of the M&P. The first generations of the M&P have triggers very similar to that. I went in with my brothers and bought my dad an M&P several years ago, thinking they would have improved that trigger. They did not, and I think we got that one from Academy as well. So guys, like I said, Academy's a good place, but don't buy guns there, because you can't know what you're buying. You know, you go in assuming things. Okay, so the trigger is one of the reasons. One of the other reasons is this grip. Okay, I don't know if you can tell from this, it looks kind of rough and textured. It is rough and textured. It's basically like sandpaper. Okay, this is phenomenal. This is what you want in a grip. There are guys out there paying a lot of money getting stipple jobs on their firearms, and some firearms need it because they come with very slick grips. Okay, think of a grip on a firearm as like the bottoms of the shoes of a basketball player or a wrestler or something. Okay, when you need to maintain control of your movement, of your direction, of all this kind of thing, this is just surface that you're working with. So this needs to be very grippy. It doesn't need to just be, this is not an easy chair. You know, this is a dynamic surface. So you need to be able to manipulate it, and the only way you can do that is with proper grip. And so this grip right here, absolutely phenomenal. I've never had a grip this good, and honestly, that's one of the selling points for me, because I did not want to have to pay for a stipple job, considering I didn't pay, I mean, it cost me trade-ins of guns, but it didn't cost me cash, which I don't have right now really. So that was another factor. And then a couple other points. These are minor, but they're just a little nice to have. I really like takedown levers. I know I nerd out about them. Most people don't care. So on this firearm and Glocks, you actually have to pull down this tab and a tab on the other side to release it. And you know, oftentimes you either press it into your fingers or you get it under your fingernails. And yeah, it works, but it's a lot better to just flip that lever down. I like that so much more. And then last but not least, the sights. Okay, these are steel sights. On a Glock you get plastic sights, so it's almost mandatory that you replace them immediately. And again, I don't have cash right now. I can't replace sights immediately, so I have steel sights. So that is most of the reasons I got this gun. Now, why did I get this size? This size is their compact version, or the same size as the Glock 19, or the same size as this, or the same size as my SIG P250. The reason I got this size is because I have a holster this size. And again, I don't have extra cash. Why would I want to buy another holster when I can just go in the same holster? So, short story turned into a very long story. Two guns made by the same company. This one's crap, this one isn't. Bought this 9 years ago. Bought this one a week ago-ish. And night and day difference. Night and day difference. I highly recommend this to new gun buyers. I highly recommend this to veteran gun buyers. People who have been buying guns for a while. You will really enjoy this gun. People who hate the first gen M&P line of pistols, I'm right there with you. I hate the first gen M&P 9mm pistols. Like in those guns, you absolutely have to put an Apex trigger kit in it, in order to enjoy it properly. This, you don't have to. You can work with the stock trigger. So, huge fan, highly recommend it. And if you have a little bit extra cash or are wanting a first-time gun buy, I really don't think you can go wrong with this line of pistols, the Shield, the 9, any of that. So, highly recommend it. Coop Loop 1802.